thank you for the team of Wellbeing, the soldiers of Wellbeing, headed by Dr.Alaa. Thank you for Ahmed, Yasser, Kamal, and Jasser. Appreciate it very much. And thank you for having me. My name is Alaa, and I am a retired orthopedic surgeon. I'm not retired from life, because still I can think, and still I'm young. Even if I'm approaching 60, but I feel young. I've been working in the Ministry of Health as an orthopedic surgeon and emergency doctor for the past 21 years. For the past 15 years, till this very moment, I teach at the Gulf University orthopedics and professional skills. And currently, I am living between my beloved Bahrain, because I'm married to a Bahraini, so I'm Egyptian, Bahraini, American, more or less United Nations. And the current thing now is that I'm living between Florida and Bahrain. I'm a lucky man because Florida is the climate there is similar to Bahrain. So thank you very much for having me. I'm going to speak today about what happened. Is it updated or Ahmed? I'm going to talk about something which is we face it on a daily basis. Emotional intelligence. We are all intelligent. We are all born intelligent. If you see anyone or hear anyone on the street, whether you are living in the United States, Egypt, Bahrain, you can see people cursing each other sometimes or occasionally and calling stupid. There is nobody who is stupid. There are people who are not using their intelligence. I believe in that. Intelligence is imprinted on our DNA. Our real essence, and this is not proved by the research, but if you watch the experience of life, you will find that a lot of descriptions and a lot of criteria in our personality are imprinted already in our DNA, like compassion. We are born compassionate creatures. We are born to love. We are born to care. We are born to be empathetic. We are born to be intuitive. We are already gifted, and we are already intelligent. Now, my argument is why we are intelligent, because we are created by an intelligent entity. It's God, or the supreme force, or the supreme intelligence. So an supreme intelligent entity cannot create except an intelligent creature. Even animals are intelligent. But we are much, much different than animals, because animals have emotions, but they don't have the ability to express emotions. We are different than robots because we have emotions, we have feeling, we have thoughts. What intrigued me in this subject, as in talking about connecting emotional intelligence to success and well-being, is that I suffered an adversity 10 years ago, and suddenly I lost everything. And I am entitled to tell my story. Why I'm entitled to tell my story? Not for show. It's a story that a lot of people can learn from. Suddenly you discover yourself, you don't have a job, you don't have a family, they left you, and you are like an orphan. Suicidal thoughts can haunt you, depressed. I drive my car. Every time I drive my car, I have a flashback that I want to see the wall, like one of Brad Pitt's films, to go into this wall and get rid of myself. But whenever you have a clarity in yourself, you're always receptive. And when the student is ready, you will always find somebody who's knocking the door and teach you the art and the gift of spirituality. That helped me a lot. And I practiced everything. And here I am. I always feel young. I always feel hype. I always feel joyful. My question is that it is very easy to be angry. So easy. And it's so easy to be bossy. But ask yourself the question, what makes you come here and listen to emotional intelligence? It is because BAPCO has a project of well-being. They want to make sure that they are investing in their people, because In order to grow leadership in any organization, you need to grow your individual by investing in them. Investing in what? In their behavior, in caring for them, in giving them the promotion, the aspects of well-being, the ability to lead a life which is balanced and in harmony. And that's the reason. By investing in, and you go ahead, as much as you are convinced, go and transform these ideas to your own team. Build them, motivate them, because the more you serve, this is the law of attraction. If I'm sitting with people who are nagging and sad and crying, then I'll be sad. Then I will go home and be sad with my wife, and then an argument will happen, and then we'll start screaming at each other, and relationship can be at a stake, and suddenly people get divorced for a cigarette, or they get divorced for a toothpaste. I was just listening to my friend Mark Schwartzman from EQ Academy. He was presenting a relationship between two, and it ended in a divorce because of toothpaste. So why we get angry? Anger is a response to a feeling that there is a threat happening to me. And this source of threat is stored into a nice piece of organ. We call it the amygdala. And here is the amygdala. Amygdala, basically, it lies at the base of the temporal lobe, just deep. It is the size. And this amygdala is the primitive structure of the brain. What happens if I have emotion and this amygdala receives this emotion? This amygdala is in every creature, and it's meant for survival. It is meant that whenever there is a threat that happens to me as a primitive being, I have either to freeze from fear, or if I'm angry, I will fight, or if I have another big fear, I will run. So either you freeze, you fight, or you flight. But this primitive part that evolved, it needs about 23 years to evolve. So you'll find that the younger people are more prone to be angry than the older people a little bit. It's because this piece of organ, which we call it the amygdala, that it leads, I want to be safe than sorry. So it stores in your memory that I know that there is a threat, so I have to run. This is stored in your subconscious. And anything you can overreact to. This amygdala should not lead you, because it is meant to be something against a physical threat. But right now, when we are leading lives into the 21st century, we are faced with different threats. Not necessarily physical threats. Physical threats are still there. We can see war, we can see famine, we can see radicalism, we can see extremism. But most of the threats in the 21st century is a symbolic threat. Symbolic threat in what sense? Is that probably you are working with someone who is passive-aggressive. I'm working with a manager. Mr. Manager, how are you? I've been working with you, sir, for the past 5 years. I'm looking forward if there is any promotion for me. Yes, go ahead. Write for me an application that you need a promotion, and I will sign it for you immediately and leave it with you. He writes it, and then, thank you, Mr. Manager. You supported me, I appreciate you. And then the manager takes the piece of paper, he tears it up, and throws it in the bin. This is passive aggression. This is a kind of threat, a symbolic threat, that the amygdala might not recognize, but if it is stored into memory, it will lead to anger. But another example, I can be faced with a manager. Imagine that I am working with you, sir. I'm working with my friends here, and he's my boss. And suddenly, I'm not in mood. What is your reaction to me? You are my boss. I'm working with you. And you find me not focused. What are you going to do with me?
Try to find out what's wrong with you.
Well, I'm not in the mood. I'm not happy.
You're speaking.
Exactly. To vent. We call it the catharsis. Sometimes even it needs from us to show our emotions. So, but what will happen sometimes, another scenario. I'm working with someone who is hammering me with work. And suddenly, about 4 o'clock, I'm going back home. I'm going to have my lunch with my wife. I'm going to see my kids. And 5 minutes before 4, the manager enter your office and put a humongous amount of fire. Please, Alaa, you have to do it right now. What are you going to do? You become angry. Why didn't you set this? Why didn't you stand this for me? You wish to be violent with it. You wish to raise your rage against him. You wish to tell him you are bad. This is the amygdala. The amygdala now is leading the drive. But if you left it and you left your emotion to outburst without controlling it, it will end into a disaster. But we have been born with an executive center in the front of our brain. We call it the PFC, the prefrontal cortex. This is the executive center. And we are going to do, this is the center that tell you, hey, stop. Don't do that to the manager. You have a lot of obligations. I have a loan to pay. I want to send my kids to Canada for education. I want to enjoy life. I want to travel with my wife. I want to see this. I want to buy a new Lexus. I want to buy that. I have obligations. So this is the center that stops you from getting angry. But here is the catch. What makes you stop the effect of amygdala hijack? The amygdala, which is the responsible for rage and processing this feeling, it is stopped. How you can stop it? By emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is understanding, recognizing, perceiving, labeling your emotions, and trying to control it. And then you are in social awareness with all the emotions out around you. If you feel angry and not happy, be receptive to anyone. There is no harm of expressing your own problem. You will find people who will help you and guide you, because during anger, there is a cloudness in your own judgment. So the key here is emotional intelligence. And we are going to talk in a minute about the history. History of emotional intelligence since long time. I can name historical leaders even before. The prophets, all the prophets are emotionally intelligent, definitely, without any doubt. Because they are influential, they motivate people, they develop people. And they are people who are dedicated for a cause, not an applause. A lot of people who are emotional intelligence, this is the key for making your life happy in a state of well-being. The history started that if you express your emotions, you are a weak person. We have been raised, luckily enough, my mom and my dad, they never told me, don't cry. I didn't hear it from my father. My father is a simple guy, a hard-working guy from the hard-working class in Egypt, and he was a professor till he became a minister. But this man, he always had something in the future. He can see things. He never told me, go to study. He never nagged me. And he raised me to voice my own emotions. And he never told me, are you a man? You cry? People who are crying are emotionally mature. People who are expressing their feelings, because these feelings and these emotions are full of a lot of data. Your memory is a lot of data coming from the conscious and the subconscious. If you use the data in facilitating thinking, in relating to the social community around you, you will make it. Because life is ups and downs. You cannot find a life which is smooth. Whatever you will do, you need this talent of adjustability. Oh, Dr. Choice, how are you? Tell them. And now, in the 90s, the idea of expressing your emotions are not weakness. They discovered that the A students with high IQ, they traced them after 20 years in their careers. Most of them were average, and they belonged to the medical style. No one was much of a star performer. Why is that? Because they are not emotionally intelligent. He can be knowledgeable. He can be able. He is experienced. But he cannot make, he is not a star performer because he lacks the interaction with people. He lacks empathy. He is on his own. He believes in being a total independent. We cannot be independent all of our life. We are interdependent beings. Your existence is my existence. We are all strings in this universal symphony. So the new thing is that we have to look why these people are not star performers because of emotional intelligence. And this was coined in the 90s by a great book. And this book, I read it probably over 8 or 9 times. And even I read it, I take it with me in my pocket. And I read it because during my traveling, I enjoy it. Daniel Goleman. It's a book with over 10 million copies. And over 25 languages translated this book. He coined this definition with the aid of another doctors, professors of psychologists and behaviorists like Salovey, Professor Myers, and Cradford, and they discovered the entity of emotional intelligence. I walked with you through, and this is the amygdala, as you can see. This is the amygdala, and this is the one which is responsible. Hey, I want to be angry. Hey, I want to fight. I'm afraid. I'm afraid something wrong will happen to me, so I have to run. And sometimes you get stunned. You are freezing. All right? And watch what happens to your body from this amygdala. Immediately, what happens when you watch Dracula? Anybody likes horror movies? Let me ask the ladies, because I have very good news for the ladies. What happens when you watch a horror movie? You don't like it. Okay. I expected this. Anybody like horror movies? No? No horror movies? Yes. Thank you. Welcome to the club. What happens is that during horror movies at the beginning, I remember Rami, my son. Rami, my son, is autistic. And this was one of my reasons why I had a divorce. I insisted that this is a gift. You are a shaman, you are crazy, you are a doctor, you are a scientist, and you're saying that autistic is a gift. I learned from Rami how to copy and paste on Word. He's a visual person. He sees things that I don't see. This doesn't mean that he is diseased. Now Rami is playing saxophone in Canada, and he's going to be a chef. And even he graduated from the university in business, and he doesn't want to work as a business in the business thing. He moved to the thing that he loved. So you will be amazed because we are created with both minds, but we don't have the eyes to see. This amygdala, when you watch a horror movie, you sweat. Your heart pumps. You know why? Because adrenaline, it's a hormone. I call it the fear hormone. It comes from the hypothalamic pituitary axis. It comes from the brain. It goes down to the pituitary gland, just pituitary gland at the bottom of the brain, down to the suprarenal gland. It goes into hormones. It shoots up. You become red, tremor, aggressive. I have seen victims, they were running with a broken ankle of fear as an orthopedic surgeon because of this adrenaline. But this adrenaline, it is like a whip. It whips you, it grips you, it keeps you on an edge like that. It's very difficult to handle, especially with the high levels of cortisol as well. So this is what amygdala does for you. I will move now to the components. I'm afraid that this is, I will move to the shorter one in a minute. So, they have done exams, functional MRIs, and they discovered who are the people who are suffering from fear and stress, and they are not emotionally intelligent. Because if you suffer from fear and stress, this means that you cannot control your emotions. And your emotion is reflected, because we are one unit of mind, body, and spirit. You cannot isolate the physical finding. You come to myself in the clinic, to me in the clinic, and I tell you that blood pressure is fine, physically you're fine. But this doesn't mean that you are healthy in a state of well-being. So, they noticed that people who are not emotionally intelligent, you will find spots of activity, these red spots. This means that my brain is working, lots of thoughts. But the one who is emotionally intelligent, there is no activity, because he is in a relaxed state. He's happy. He has this acceptance. It's very important. And this supported the importance, how emotional intelligence is crucial for our well-being. Again, I spoke about the history. Oh, if you cry, if you express your emotions, you're weak. Now, the current concept is that emotional intelligence is your energy to live a life in a well-being style. This is the circle of emotional intelligence. It starts with awareness. I am aware of what happens to me. What is my emotion? And I believe, guys, what happened to you? Can I ask you, what happened to you when you get angry? ايه اللي بيحصل لك لما تبقى angry?
I take it easy.
Very good. I love that.
I lose my temper.
You lose your temper. Okay, and after that, what happens?
After I lose my temper, I regret sometimes.
He's back. The BBC tells him it's not worth it. The best thing, and one of the things that you can cope while you're angry, is to be silent for 90 seconds. Be silent. Just be silent. Only be silent. If you're even not aware of breathing exercise, meditation, I'm going to give you, and we are going to work together. I don't want to start by giving you a little bit of meditation, because what happened last time is people started to sleep. All right? Then you would say, no, this guy, don't bring him any more tobacco. He made us sleep. And we have this in our body, but we're not using it. We don't need it. Be silent, because the whole overriding of the amygdala and the reflexes from the brain to your physical body through these hormones, it takes 90 seconds. Stand still for 90 seconds. Everything will be in clarity after 90 seconds. So be in silence. Always focus on what you have. Don't focus on what you don't have. Focus on solutions, not on the problems. Be positive rather than negative. Unite and don't divide. That's the reason how. So it starts by recognizing and control, and then relating to your social community. I am not happy, but I'm working with great guys. I should not be that angry. And when I outburst, I find these guys giving me the support, because I'm a part of family. And this is the message of Bangkok. Guys, I loved yesterday my dear friend, Dr. Trust, when he said, we are here in Baku because the vision of the people 80 years ago. That's true. We have to honor our generation, our old generation. But I'm not asking you to live in the past. Always live in the present moment. We have a lot of our thoughts is wandering in our brain like a wandering monkey. Have you seen the monkey? It goes from this tree to this tree to eat bananas. Our thoughts are like that. You know why? Because you are in an autopilot state. Your subconscious is controlling you. How is that? I learned from my young age that doing a specific act is bad. So it is stored in my memory. And if somebody challenged me in an argument, let's say I am حضرتك and I am telling you I am the best guy in the world. Challenge me. You see the attitude? Challenge me. Challenge me. I am taller than you, and I don't have white hair. You will say, is this crazy? You start the thoughts coming, oh, this man is crazy. Either you stay away from him, or you start talking with him. We lack introduction. We are so happy with these smartphones in our pockets. They are brilliant. Use it, of course. Technology. But the more we are electronically connected, the more we are emotionally disconnected. Have you seen the families now when they are at dinner? Immediately, in 2 seconds. What's up? Mommy, wait. I'm sending WhatsApp. No, Dad. No, don't do that. We become slaves for the smartphone. Now, the next thing is to influence people around you. And the word influence means to motivate them. Maybe when I'm angry, when I find my dear colleagues, they are soothing me up, I start looking and say, oh my gosh, I'm in the family. I am here in Baku. They are my family. I spend in Baku most of my day. I see people in Baku more than I see my wife and kids. So Baku is investing in you. And when you go back, explain this to your team members, to your young, develop them. Because the more you develop them, you become a leader. And when I'm talking about leadership here and the connection with emotional intelligence, I'm not talking about leadership in the sense of authority. I'm talking about leadership in the sense that I want to go. I want to perform. I love what I'm doing. This is a place that cherishes me. This is a place that appreciates me. This is a place that invests in me. Why don't I do it? And it won't cost anything because you are gifted with it. The capacity for recognizing our feelings and for motivating ourselves is born inside us. It is within us. Can someone tell me why it is difficult to say, I love you? Do you say, I love you? I know it might sound to me that I'm intruding on your private life, but do you say to your partner, I love you? When the minute comes to your mind, and you say, oh, you take things for granted. She's my wife, she's my partner, she must know. Of course she does. Don't take things for granted. Whenever you have the chance to express your feeling, do it. This is courage. This is not weakness. This is not cowardice. Express your feeling. Always, emotionally intelligent people always spot the beautiful aspects in every personality. And they let go. They never bother about titles. And they are goal-driven. They are passionate. They are not driven by money. Money is good, but it's a tool. My favorite, Einstein. This is a question you have to ask yourself. Either you accept that you are living in a universe which is friendly and supportive, or a hostile universe. This is your choice. We are free beings. And free beings means what? We are free. We have the freedom of choice. But once you set your mind on your own choice, you have to be responsible. Because choice without responsibility is not freedom. You have to be free. You are born free. Emotional intelligence, there are 4 aspects related to yourself and related to the society. And it is built on 2 elements, to recognize and regulate. So first of all, I have to recognize my own emotion and control it. Close to the community, I have to be aware with the community emotions. And then I have to build my relationship and manage it. So there is the social component, as you can see, recognition, and under every component there is a key element. In awareness, I have to be confident. I have to be true with myself. I have to listen to myself. Why I'm doing that? I liked him when he told me, I get angry, Alaa, but in a minute I regret myself. We don't want to regret. We want to learn from our own. We are all prone to anger and rage, and this is bad. Management. Managing your own emotions, we have a lot of techniques. Build a mantra. Dua. Build a mantra. Say, I'm energized, I'm disciplined, I'm inspired, I'm strong, calm, and able. I'll leave you for a minute. Close your eyes, but don't sleep. Just close your eyes. Okay? Relax. Don't ever think except the present moment. The present moment is the gifted moment. We call it the present. The present. Because it's present. Past is not in your hands. Past is just a memory. Take a deep breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. When you take a deep breath, breathe love, compassion, gratitude, kindness, sympathy, empathy. When you exhale, exhale rage, fear, comparison, judgment, violence. Take a deep breath. You are a free being. You are strong. You are calm. You are a gifted person. You are the product of the supreme intelligence, of God, of Allah, of whatever you want to call. We are here all strings that are unified in this universal symphony. So, how do you feel? Up, 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 up. Follow me, guys. I don't want anyone to do it. Mantra. I have my own mantra. Every day I love to do it. I save my life to be free from all negative thoughts. My family, my friends, my colleagues, my relatives are excellent. My food and drinks are delicious. My pleasure and distraction are healthy and pleasant. I don't seek to be younger nor older. I want to benefit ardently from the present moment. I don't expect anything for the love that I give. I want to live in the world and spread my kindness. I'm blessed with the bliss of serenity. I am open and receptive to abundance and prosperity. Build your mantra. And when you do it, you tap. You do it and keep tapping. Your subconscious mind will believe in it. Believe in it. I'll tell you a short story. I love very much Mercedes cars. Since I was a student, I always tell my father I want a Mercedes car. He used to tell me, you father is a millionaire car, like this. And the first thing that I've done, I wanted to have a Mercedes. And one day, 3 years ago, I went to Harvard. I had a Mercedes, but it was an old one. And I looked at this Mercedes, and I put myself in it. And I started smelling. And I started dreaming that I'm driving the Mercedes in Manama. And everybody's looking to me, thank you. And every time I drive in Manama, or any place طبعا in Bahrain, I see a Mercedes, especially white color, I will, MashaAllah, I'm so happy. Well done, well done, well done. May God give you more Mercedes. In 2 days' time, I didn't have anything. In 2 days' time, I was driving a Mercedes. Because I believe. You ask, you believe, you receive. We create our own reality. Don't let anyone lead you. You lead your life by being emotionally intelligent. This is the start. I like very much, I'm sorry the slide is not quite clear, but as you can see, the relation of spirituality. I believe from my meetings and with my a lot of friends, and recently I was in a debate in the atheist community. I was invited for a talk like that. And I was sitting with people who don't believe in God. But I never judged them. Why I should judge them? This is his own entity. I respect that. But at the end of the day, it is not your job to judge people. It is not your job to compare people. It is your job is to respond and to influence and to have an impact. Because people will forget what you're saying. And people will forget what you have done. But they will never forget what you made them feel. And this is a very important point. Now, I like very much to be in this circle. Hype, full of energy, joyful. And I don't want to be in this circle because I can be sad, depressed, haunted by suicidal thoughts. The key is in ourselves. And this is the message. BAPCO is doing a great job with the project of Wellbeing. In 2 years plus, this is an amazing project. And the single message, and the core message is this project is an investment for everyone who's working with that. And go back and motivate, inspire your own team. Everything will fall. Live your life like a ball. And I love this this example. Have you seen a ball on the sea? When the waves are so high, it sinks, but it emerges back up on the surface. And when the sea stands still, you will find the ball is dancing in harmony. Take your life in balance. Always, always live with balance. A well-balanced life is the core of well-being. This is the amygdala, and this is our center, which is responsible to control our emotions and to stay away from being violent. Again, this is the executive center, which is responsible to guide us, the strategic center. And it has a lot of good functions. Number one, you tune in communication with other people. You're intuitive. We are all having the gut feeling, but we don't practice using it. Sometimes you approach to an offer and you say, I'm going to have a lot of money. But something inside you is telling you, don't do it. Take my advice. Follow the gut feeling. I know mind is beautiful, but this intuition, there is something that comes from the prefrontal cortex. There is something wrong. Use it. Practice it. You will sense it. You will sense it. Your body regulation, your adjustability in responding. Don't give up. You can give in. You can compromise. Don't be dogmatic, because persistence creates resistance. And the more you persist, the more resistance. You go to a simple guy and ask him a favor, he tell you, I cannot. Please, I cannot. Please, I cannot. A fight will start. Persistence creates resistance. Find another way. This is the hijacking, and this is how our brain evolved. Our brain, basically, this black part, this is the primitive brain. The primitive brain is full, the amygdala is there, anything fight or run. And then the limbic system. The limbic system, it looks this, you see, this white part, it looks like a piece of donut, and you have eaten a quarter. This limbic system is your emotional brain. This is the essence of your creativity, the essence of your imagination. Because intelligence is not only about knowledge. Intelligence is about imagination. And this is the elevation. You can see here, the amygdala, when it is stimulated with fear, immediately there will be fight response. I'm afraid, I might fight. So emotions create response. And these are the functions that I discussed with the strategic center, how important it regulates us. It helps us from not indulging into a lot of problems. Insight, I have to integrate the past with the future, but I should not live in the past, but I should learn from my mistakes. Again, intuition, very important is empathy. You go and try to express your sympathetic feeling to someone who lost a very loved one. And suddenly you start crying with him, and then you explain your story and don't listen to the other one who has the original problem. But being empathetic is like this, is expressing your feeling for a situation that doesn't belong to you without being attached to the outcome. And this is the key. So be more of empathetic and objective. Here's my idea, and it comes from a very nice Australian friend of mine. Our IQ, which is related to the analysis, it's related to serial processing in our left brain. What do I mean by serial processing is that our brain is not a multitask organ. If you ask me, Alaa, do this presentation, discuss this, write before me anything, I can do all of this, but without perfection. We are not having the brain in a multitask format. And this left brain is the brain where most of our analytic and strategic approaches live there. And it makes the serial processing by analysis every task in a single pattern. But our emotional brain, it processes the issue as a whole. As a whole. I want to live in Bahrain. But your other brain, your left brain, will tell you from where you're going to get the money. Where are you going to stay? Where is your car? Where are you going to put the kids? What about the cost of living? You see? It processes everything in a serial fashion. Your executive brain, your left brain. Your right brain is imagination, is the creativity, is the innovation. It will take everything and then, I have a lovely thing and a sense here. I want to be here, guys. When you start repeating this, to yourself, it will be stored in our memory. And it will happen. The connection between IQ and emotional intelligence is the spontaneity of both serial and parallel processing through spirituality. Being spiritual, looking to things beyond you. These are the components, we spoke about it. Empathy is the ability to recognize another emotional state which is similar to you. And you experience it, but you have to be objective and don't be attached to the outcome. The difficult part in emotional intelligence is to control our emotions. Let your emotions always control your emotions. Don't let your emotions control you. And that's the difficult part. I'm coming to a lot of techniques. Some techniques works with me, but it might not work with you. You have to try and practice and practice and practice.
Excuse me, doctor.
Yes, sir.
I have one question.
Please.
Since we have the same brain, the same amygdala, the same PFC,
Yes.
why we are different in emotion?
Excellent question. All of us, we have computers. All of us, maybe we have Samsungs and iPhones, right? Okay? But the performance differs on the data it's stored inside. You have a hard drive, and this hard drive is built with emotions, with memories, with events. Your emotions and your experience is different than my experience. So definitely the reaction and the response to the events will be different. This is why.
So that means our life, we get the data from what we have been through.
Yes, it's an experience. Amygdala stores that. If a tiger comes here, all of us will run. Of course, I can collapse. We will run. The next time I will see the tiger, I know that this is danger. So it depends on the data. But whether this data is stored in the subconscious and conscious, that's another issue.
So now how we can control the data for our children so when they grow up, they will be totally good in emotion?
Very difficult question. But it starts with a core. Be a coach for your children. Make them your friend. Explain to them. Don't mock them. Never mock them. Listen to them. Be an artistic in active listening. Because we are the only creatures, thank God for that, who are able to utter words by articulating sounds. A cat cannot express the emotion, not like us. And we are better, of course, than robots, because robots have no emotions. Although now they are planning to get you a robot that cries, a robot that can hug you. A simple hug. All my friends, and I will tell you a trick. Every day, if a friend or a non-friend, I say to him, hello, and I hug him. This hugging, it releases a hormone called the oxytocin. And this oxytocin is one of the best hormones against stress. Imagine a simple hug, a simple explanation to your problem. Oh, I can see people are hugging. That's very good. Okay, thank you so much. What are the effects of emotional intelligence in a great place like Darko? Retention of skills. We don't have the time to get somebody again after someone who is serving for years and years. It will cost a lot. But of course, life is about change. And the only thing which is permanent in our life is change. We have to embrace change. Leaders should embrace change, should have a vision, a clear roadmap. They challenge even the vision, and they let their own team be decision. They share in their decision. So there is no success. I'm sure, of course, that the Wellbeing project is more than successful. But this success reflects the meaningful senior management commitment. And this is very important. Of course, yesterday, and I'm sure Dr. Tooth will tell you how important the Wellbeing project was able to cut down absenteeism. And I'm not going to say the number, but it's a very impressive thing. Rage, anger, violence, it costs a lot of money. I like very much this. You can find it in the Google. Emotional intelligence is very good in education. In Australia, in Europe, in the United States, they are starting to integrate intelligence into the curriculum. It's very good in human resources. For a healthcare provider like me, I wish since graduation that I would be able to deal with my patient not like a machine. Oh, you have a back pain, raise up, raise up. No, fine, go and do an x-ray. Not even here listening to it. So a better healthcare provider. A generation of leaders, not of medicors. We don't want technocrats. Our problem, Our problem is being a technocrat. You are not thinking except in your box. You're not coming outside. Think, have a vision. I'm not saying to be a daydreamer, but there are things that you are going to explain to people and they will laugh at you. Forget about them. How do you feel? Now, these are the elements that we spoke about. We have the components of emotional intelligence: self-awareness, self-regulation, social awareness, social management, intuition, motivation, gratitude. Every day in my life, since my adversity that took place maybe 12, 15 years ago, I always say, thank you. Thank you, God. Thank you for everything you're giving me. Find 5 elements in your life on a daily basis to thank. Gratitude, gratitude. And gratitude is a very good in stress prevention. Thank you, thank you. Maybe this adversity took place to me, and this problem that makes me so sad, maybe the universe is directing me to another pathway which I will excel in it. But I can't anticipate it, and I can't appreciate it at the very present moment. Think in this way. Now, these are the strategies. I showed you probably the breathing exercise. I'm not sure how do you feel. Can I ask the ladies, because I promised them with the good news. Anybody tried this breathing exercise that we have done? How do you feel? Is it good? Okay. Now this is one of the techniques. Mantra. Wake up in the morning and watch yourself in the mirror and say, oh my gosh, I love myself. Because if you love yourself, you will be able to love other people. People are laughing, but you know, I was laughing as well. You know why? Because if I love myself, this means I'm selfish. This means I'm egoistic. No. If you cannot love yourself, you will not be able to love people. And love is the core. Mindfulness, that's a very good technique, but it needs practice, dedication. Close your eyes. Just close your eyes and only think of the present moment. The minute you find that the thoughts is getting the past or the future, come back to the present. Come back and see, oh, I'm watching this guy, this tall guy telling us blah, 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 blah. Come to this present moment. Forget about the future. Futures are dreams. It's not in your hand. Man, past happened. It's just happened. You cannot change it, but you can learn from it. All of this is stored. Yes. And now there will be a complaint that when you are going back, you will be very much relaxed. Probably this will affect productivity, right? Okay. Now the good news for the ladies, before I go into the coping things. Ladies, IQ, you can build it till adolescent. After that, your IQ doesn't change. EQ, emotional intelligence, you can build it all your life because you're practicing. When I practice gratitude, empathy, control, motivation, inspiration, practicing. And the peak of emotional intelligence is in your mid-age. Research, data, Alabama University, New Orleans, I think another research was in Lund, in Sweden. They proved that ladies are more emotionally intelligent than men. Are you going to kill me for that? So that's a fact, all right? But the difference is not that much. Meditation. Sit with yourself and focus on the present moment. I always do the breathing exercise. Breathing when you go in and out and hold the breath, you can do it 4 seconds, 7 and 4. Or you can do it 4 and 4. Build a sanctuary place in your house. A place where you feel that it's right to be there. And to think, not to think, to cultivate your attention in the present moment. That's mindfulness. And I learned it from my gurus in Nepal. Let me tell you a story about my guru in Nepal. I don't know any language in Nepal. And they told me that this guru, go and learn from him. I went and I'm telling you. So I was wearing jeans and some stuff like that. He looked at me like this. And he told me. So I took off my shirt. And then I said, take off. I took off my round collar. And I was naked. Take off your trousers. Well, this guy, what do he think he's going to do with me? I took my trousers. And then before he even tell me to my boxer short, I said, hey, stop. And he laughed. He got me this clock and then tell me, go and run behind me. And we went to the forest. And I kept, he's about 75 years and he is running barefooted and I cannot hold my breath behind him. And then he said to me, and he showed me the position of meditation, the lotus position, to be straight upright, open your hands, put your index finger close to your thumb, and then semi-close your eyes. Take a deep breath, and always think of the present moment. And when the sun started to go down, he left me. And I told him, what? You know, with animation. And he has seen the fear in my eyes. You know. The minute I go, he looked at me like this. So I said, then I imagined myself in this forest, in these mountains, in a place that I've never been there. And it's my first day, and I know nothing. No language, nothing. And the fear kept haunting me that a tiger will come, a lion will come, you will be stung by a scorpion, you will be bitten by whatever, a snake. And I started in tremoring. And at the end, at 6 o'clock in the morning, he showed up. But I have never slept. The second exercise, he wanted to train me on fear, how I could be able to cope with fear. Because fear is created from your thoughts. We are the product of our thoughts. The second day, he gave me another exercise which was really tough. He told me like this, like this. I remember the same gesture of my mom, my late mom, she died. She always tell me, shut up, like this. I want you to stay till tomorrow. You don't speak. You don't talk. If you want something, express it. Again, it was a matter of control. Gratitude is an excellent thing to do. Thank you. Focus on what you have. Develop the art of listening. Don't watch news. Always read inspirational books. My favorite book, and I'm not imposing anything, my favorite book is The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari by Robin Sharma. I like Deepak. I like to read about Sam Harris. I like Benjamin Franklin writing. I like to read about the biography of Prophet Muhammad, about Jesus, about Prophet Yusuf. A lot. You have a lot to be inspired. So read books. Music. Music is fantastic. Comedy, if you want. I don't watch much comedy, but I like a comedy from different things. I like to watch the wrestling because it's like a comedy. It's an entertainment. It's fun. Anyway, these are some wisdom quotes. My favorite hero, the Dalai Lama. And this is his last tweet. We need to understand how destructive emotions affect us. And how constructive emotions can create a peace of mind in our life. So always go with joy. People will say you are a daydreamer. No, be joyful, be blissful, because it will be contagious. If you are funny here, then the next table will be funny. But if you are sad and dwelling and whining and complaining, everyone will complain. It's contagious like infection. Confidence is central to leadership. If you want to be a leader, lead without a title, grow your people. When you grow your people, you go back and invest in your team, you are investing and growing the organization. A leader's strength or weakness in emotional competence can be measured in the gain or loss of an organization. Remember, 50% of people who are quitting is because of the boss, not because of the organization. EQ plays a crucial role in well-being and success. Our brain is plastic, like a muscle. The more you train your brain in perceiving joy, the more it grows, because it will build the interneuron pathways, and it will be like a muscle. The PFC is your executive center, is the center that tells you, hey, be cool, be wise. Social emotional learning is empirically verified strategy to improve skills, qualities like calmness, cooperation, courtesy, kindness. Research is still needed to see how the impact of emotional intelligence on our society. Thank you so much for listening.
Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, everybody. I would like to apologize. I arrived late due to an accident we have in the roundabout, and because I have to go around the block and repart to arrive here. But it's a pleasure to have all of you here, and a great pleasure to have a professor and share with us his experience in life, and again to understand why we as a company, we are investing in the well-being. Bahrain well-being model, I present this and I want to share it with you in the last two conferences. One, the conference of the well-being in Bahrain, and I've been invited as a keynote speaker in a very big conference on occupational health in India. Why we, as a medical professionals, we are thinking for the well-being. Why we, as medical professionals, again, we are thinking to invest on the well-being, and especially in the industrial business, like Baco. But well-being is nothing than preventive medicine. This occupational health, again, is preventive medicine. Is protecting the employees in the workplace to have a good care and as well taking care about their health and investing on their well-being. In the olden days, a lot of people that concentrate on the well-being as a only psychological part of the health. Or in the past, again, they are thought we concentrate on the physical. We took all this research, and with a team, we create what we say is the BAPCO model. It's a holistic approach of the physical, the psychological, and the social. And our model growing because 1 year we're practicing the psychological part, the other year the physical, and this year again we are thinking to practicing the social. That's why we try to move different departments to interact together, to know each other. We had the first workshop yesterday, and we thought we concentrate in the middle management. Why? Because middle management many times has to take huge decisions. And they have their, again, the leaders, with smaller leaders, their employees. And sometimes they have to resolve problems quickly. And they have huge responsibility. When all this huge responsibility, you can use only something, your brain, to take decisions. Always, this is the BAPCO model. We start with the SEC moment, And this is what I present in the last conference. With the team, we thought to have a motto. And the most important motto in our life is to put our family first. We have a family, we belong to a family, and again, we as Babco, we're a strong family with a huge history. And this strong family is the relations and the interactions you have on a daily basis with all your colleagues. Think about your family. And if you think about your family, you take the responsibility to invest on your personal well-being. Because your personal well-being is your choice. It's not only the company's choice, it's your choice. You have to have personal responsibility. Mistakes happen at work because wrong behavior, and this is personal responsibility. When we're talking about the family, this is my family, and most of you, I think you know me enough. I'm practicing medicine for the last 30 years, and I came here as a consultant physician, and the company honored me to give me the responsibility to become a manager of the medical services. We have a culture in the company. We have a medical center in the refinery, we have a hospital with an excellent name, and the company invests a lot for our care. That's why it's a culture behind our company. When we start the project, we thought how we can make our company to have a better value. Globally, what's happening in our modern world, things change. The companies, they have better value if they have full insurance covering their employees. They have less accidents at work. They have a well-being programs, but not one well-being program. They have to have a holistic approach of the well-being, and they have to run it for a long time. It's not you run one small program 1 year, the following year is not continuing. You have to continue run this project. But nothing can happen if we don't educate our people. We believe on education because educating the mind without educating the heart is not education at all. And a lot of my team and our ambassadors, as well, they know what vision we have. Nothing can happen if we don't motivate, dedicate, and inspire younger and old generations. People that think nothing can happen and we don't want to change. But we changed the world. In the last 100 years, we changed. And what is changed the world? The oil business. We have transportation, we have communication, we can meet each other easy. Like Professor, he said his dream to have a Mercedes. But any car is good because transportation helps him to go from one place to the other. And with aeroplanes, you can fly now to New York in very short time and with small cost. It means the oil business changed the world. And we are proud because Babco changed the region when they discovered the oil. That's why it's a history behind our company. Huge history. And we have to be proud because this huge history changed this country, and we have to continue to see the future of this country. Nothing is in a very important location, and investing on the well-being of the employees means we're investing in something very important: human resources, human capital. We don't invest in robots. What is the well-being of one robot? We don't want to become robots. We want to continue to be humans and want to continue to have this motto we have, empowering progress. Several have as a motto human capital. Think about a huge company in the oil business has as a motto human capital. It's very, very important. That's why we have to take care about ourselves. And then we started Bafo Wellbeing project. It's the third year now, and again, I'm very proud because the management support us from the beginning to implement the Wellbeing project. We select a lot of ambassadors from different departments, and they become leaders in their workplace. Communication, we invest in the communication. Again, family is so important for Bafo values. Even when we sign our contract, the human resources, the education in Bafo is so important. The family issues, they're so important. And we don't have to forget that. It's a huge value to think about the family. Relations between colleagues, we can have different ideas, but relations in our workplace is very strong. You can see that when we're talking about Bafo, even people that are retired, it's a very strong relation with Bafo. That is our vision. If you know, I'm working in Bafo for a long time, nothing can start without a framework. We have to create policy, framework, and that's how we can move on. We put our vision to have a healthy organization where everyone can enjoy physical, mental health, well-being to their full potential, where well-being is valued and supported at every level of society and everyone's responsibility. That will support the whole country. It's a huge responsibility. And this, I would like to share it every time with you, because it's so important to have healthy workplace, safe workplace. We, again, have last week 5 million hours without lost time injury. It's a big achievement to have a workplace with this achievement. We put our goals, also Bafo, and then framework of actions. Create the policy, partnerships. If you are coming to our events, you can see a lot of partners involved with us, different companies that are involved in our workshops. Health and health reform, research and evidence. We involve the two important universities, the AGU and the Royal College. They're involving with us in different research to analyze the data and go ahead with everything we have. How we will deliver? Nothing can happen if you don't have management commitment. I'm really, really happy because management from the beginning, they're supporting us. They understood our vision has a huge power, and they're proud when they're here, whole Bahrain, they're talking about Bafo model. They are very, very proud because the Ministry of Health collaborating closely with us to implement different programs according with our educational programs. But if you look at it, this is the underground London. It's a huge engineering, because we talk as well not with medical people. But something so important is when you want to go to your destination, you choose any line and you arrive to your destination. We build our roadmap. because we have to start from somewhere, and this is the Babco model. We identify what is missing. And again, management contribution, we start to implement it, but nothing can happen if we don't have our employees involved. We create the website, we create this magazine you have today. We start from something very simple and it's arrived to become, we are again one of the only companies have a similar magazine. Why? Because employees need communication. We have sometimes the emails, but it's not enough. Sometimes I read the emails only the payslip, all right? And then nobody reads the rest. Communication is so important. Each department creates ambassadors, and the ambassadors, they are the champions. Like the country has ambassadors in different other places, we have in different departments the champions. They are the new leaders. We're investing on them. We're going to have certification. Professor as well is running a course of Wellbeing, and we hope to pass all the exam soon, and we're going to have the first 5 certified Wellbeing champions. Evaluate the project with correct data and feedback surveys. Out of every project, you can have always scientific studies. Keeping the confidentiality, but you can have scientific studies. Our door is always open to creativity with new ideas, but we don't want, like any other project, to stop when the 5 years is over. That's why maybe I'm here today and tomorrow I'm not anymore. I create and invest in the new leaders to build continuity. Like I said, we are here today because some leaders 80 years ago, they thought how they can create a company with a huge structure. We have an excellent structure as a company. 80 years ago, people have been together, they had a vision. Setting goals by creating the personal well-being plan. Why I'm saying the personal well-being plan? Because my plan is different than yours. Maybe I have diabetes, I have hypertension, I don't like to sport, then I have to have my personal well-being plan. And to be customized. Think about how you can invest every day 30 minutes for your personal care. Like you brush your teeth, you take 30 minutes to 1 hour to invest on your well-being. You will find the time. Like you find the time to send messages. You can find the time to leave your mobile and go to find a friend, go around in one mall walking for 30 minutes. Take your friend to go to watch a movie. Get out of your routine. Then you invest on your emotional intelligence. You create something new. You have new things for your mind. The cost of chronic diseases is huge. And the government and different organizations, in the past, they have, in my opinion, and a lot of studies, the wrong direction. They want to build more hospitals. But we don't need more hospitals. We need prevention. We need education. Because if you take care about yourself and your well-being, you don't need to be in the hospital and be hospitalized. We need more prevention. And all the governments now, they want to make a new structure about prevention and investing in prevention, because it's getting out of a budget. Somebody has to pay. The same thing in our company. We are a self-insured company, like we have a platinum insurance. But investing on the well-being, showing is not we cutting cost only, but having better, we can have better care. Investing on the well-being, you can build leadership. Leadership is the older generation investing on the younger generation. Because if we have good doctors, they're going to take care about us when we're getting older. We have to invest on the younger generation with what we learn. And we have to think always positively. Learning is a positive point. The Wellbeing Ambassador's success formula is commitment, discipline, awareness, and motivation. Then we have the success formula. Take it personally. Each of us, we are an ambassador. Leaving the workplace and go to our family at home, we are the champions. The Wellbeing Ambassador's roles is to find ways to make a positive difference to the quality of life in Bath. That's why it's so important, the middle management, they have to think again, they are the ambassadors, they are the leaders. It's not the GM only. And that they have to take a lot of decisions and they have to invest on themselves. To be an ambassador is a voluntary work. Of course, what the benefit out of it is you have a healthy workplace. And it affects all of us. Because behind that is a teamwork. If we have a success story, it's a teamwork. When I present the project, they said after 2 years, it was a good comment. They said, we thought at the beginning, if you fail, we say Dr. Truss will fail. If we succeed, we are going to say we all succeed. But this shows the success is a result of the teamwork. That's why I'm proud. We have an excellent team behind. We're all working daily, all of us, to have this success story. Of course, nothing can happen without commitment. You have commitments in life, like you have commitments for your family, you have commitments at work. And to be involved in the work, in the well-being activities, is so important. Why? Because you meet people, you socialize with your colleagues. We open a lot of activities now happening in this hall to the families that are living in a valley. Why? Because we want to build a community and we have a stronger community. Medical screening in the company, we have it from when we sign our contract. We have before 40, between 40 and 50, and after 50, until 60. This screening is very important. Why? Last year, we would detect 3 colleagues with cancer, and alhamdulillah, they're healthy now, and they're back to work. Why? Screening is really important. You detect diseases, and you can help your colleagues. Don't say, oh, I don't want to do my physical, I don't want to do my examination. We have facilities. And it's so important to detect diseases on an early stage. A lot of interventions with different committees, and we communicate with target groups through our ambassador. An excellent colleague I have in my team is the data collector and analyze it and collaborating with both universities. And in the end of this year, we're going to have the first presentation about all the data collected in the previous year. Building capabilities. When we started, suddenly people have said, "Oh, what you, doctor, you're telling us, about the well-being, and you're going to change the lifestyle of all of the employees. What is your vision?" I have here our colleague, now he's retired, Khalil. He can say, we invest on him, and a lot of things, he's changed his lifestyle, and he grow, and he's living better, and this is building capabilities with innovation, solutions. All together is so important. And why you're here today is to understand what we're doing in our company. People that don't know, or that know part of it. A lot of campaigns, Lightening Up for Life, Fitness for Life, in this hall 3 years ago, it was something nobody used it, and here we are today. During working hours, we have activities, like over the weekend, we have the training for first aid, and we have these activities. Plus, in the near future, we're going to have, during working hours, different sessions. And after working hours, we have yoga, fitness, and swimming classes. And a lot of our colleagues are coming here, free of charge, and they interact and they have all these sport activities. Back pain campaign, beat the heat during the summer, because we have a lot of employees working in outdoors. Men and women health screening, anti-smoking campaign. We have nearly 17 employees quit smoking. For us, even one is an achievement. Why? We know the reasons and the consequences about smoking. First aid training and CPR techniques. In collaboration with King Hamad University Hospital, we are certified to be first aid trainers. How do companies look at well-being? And where do you think we are today? If I ask one of you, what do you think we, as a company, which stage we are? We are not in the stage of hiding or surviving or maintaining. It's the third year we run a program, and we are, if you bring a team to evaluate us today, we are grade 4. So be grade 5 or have 5 stars as a company needs a lot of work. I want even the janitors we have to talk about well-being and know what is well-being, how it's important for all of us. It's an investment. An investment is like you take the decision to invest for your future. It's an investment. And why is an investment? I can tell you in the end of the year how many things we achieve due to the well-being. A lot of companies are suffering, and they're suffering, even our company in the past, due to this word, absenteeism. And you as the leaders, sometimes you have to take the decision to cover this absence. We had a huge absence. A lot of companies, they have all over the world, huge absence. And they start making studies through occupational health groups to find a solution. Because absent from work cost, to pay the person who's absent and cover with overtime. Huge amount. One of the biggest achievements we've done in the last 4 years, from 48,000 days of work as a company, we are now to 13,000 days. Huge saving and a huge success with all supervisors, collaborations, a lot of supervisors that come in our Sunday meetings to discuss absence with employees. Monitoring this absence is this success story. But the problem is not only the absence. It's presentation. The word presentation, having employees in your place and they're not productive. They're refusing to work. And sometimes these employees, they don't know how to communicate. That's why it's so important the employees, they have to know how we're going to do, and the supervisors, this presentation. Presentation costs double than absenteeism. And a lot of studies about it. But to absenteeism, you have lost productivity of the absent employee over time, decrease overall productivity of other employees, any temporary health cost incurred, possible loss of business, and problems with employees' morale. Because imagine you have a division or a department and 50% of your employees are sick. Who's need to cover the other 50%? And the morale goes down. Because everybody thinks sometimes this absence is malignant. And we had a long story before for nearly 10 years. One whole Banagas sitting on permanent light duty. And nobody decides what happened. Presenteeism means the act of attending work while sick. You are supervisors, leaders, managers. You need to understand and you need to communicate with your employees why someone has a problem and is not productive. This is continue. The solution in this problem, and I started from the beginning of the year when we started Wellbeing Clinic every Wednesday in the medical center, is to have something, because we cannot make miracles in one day, but you can direct. We have enough good professionals, the hospital, in the clinic, and we can direct our employees to have, when they are asking for help, to have help. And the program is Employees Assistance Program. We are, again, one of the first company to implement an employee assistance program. Sudden death, divorce. You need to know, you can direct them to professionals. I'm not a psychologist, but if I have the knowledge to understand if an employee needs help. And we don't need to have permanent clinics. We have a clinic in a valley with a psychiatrist. We can refer our employees outside and taking care of them. Look after them. Imagine suddenly you lost your dear person. It's a shock. It's an emotional shock. You've never been trained to cure this shock. But a lot of people and professionals, they can guide you. We have this guidance. Employees Assistance Program is very important for each company. I can see the benefits, already helped few colleagues to get this assistance. and we have psychologists in Bahrain, you need to go to someone sometimes to speak your own language, to communicate in your own language. Then the employee is happy. He's back to work saying, my company look after me. Divorce is a shock. Suddenly you find yourself with 2 kids. You don't know who's going to have the responsibility. They're young. Because different opinions. And it's again, someone can assist you and help you. I believe it's also important if you run and you have occupational health groups to have one of the most important programs is called Employees Assistance Program. One of the huge achievements internally and globally is companies that have Employees Assistance Program. I'm not going to go through these because with Employees Assistance Program, a supervisor can understand if you have someone, because something happened in his life, if he's using or abusing some substances. We create policies, we can back up, and we can support. And that is very, very important. I believe it's another achievement, and in close collaboration with human resources and our GM, is so important to have this program. We're not targeting, but we can help. And people sometimes, they don't want to discuss things. But if you discuss those important things with the professional people, you can find a solution. And this is our motto. And we promote this motto because, again, we are Babcock and we are proud of our culture. 80 years of culture. I'm a second generation coming in Babcock, and I believe it's so important to have this culture. We have family values, strong work ethics and ideas to inspire, and we have got heritage that make us grateful every day. We have to be grateful to be in the global world, have a job, be healthy, and think about our company and the future of our company, investing in yourself, investing in your knowledge, taking care of yourself. And I'm going to have now more questions and open discussion with the professor, and I'm really, really happy to have you here. And I believe we share what we have in our company. And it's very important for all of us to invest on our well-being. More you invest, you can see you can have even good retirement. If somebody wants to retire, you invest all these years in good health, looking after yourself, making preventive medicine, taking your medication, sharing your experience with your professional teams. And we have professionals. I must say, we are the human resources of this country. We grow a lot of knowledgeable people. I'm really proud and I'm really happy to share this experience with you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any questions? Any questions? Yeah.
Well,
Yes, please.
you touched on the positive thinking.
Yeah.
Or sometimes you've been surrounded with the people with all negative thinking.
Exactly.
So you have to swim against the stream. Maybe some guidelines or...
Yeah. It's good to be positive. It's good to see to spot the positive. It's fantastic. It will make your mood more elated. You will be more focused on solving a problem. But being over positive, then you become a dreamer and you will be blind from reality. So what happens if you are facing a certain incident or you are surrounded with negativity? You have two choices. Either to avoid being there, which is very difficult, or you change what makes things negative. And that takes a lot of practice. Always be minded in your own emotional bubble, away from being contagious with other negative things. By being mindful in the present moment, by breathing. Because you will come, one of the things that we face in our community, not only in our Middle East, in everywhere, gossip. The minute you start gossiping, this is negativity. Oh yes, I know him, you remember that, and you become intrigued in this battle. Stay away from that, because negativity can have a sort of a beautiful cover for it. I'm coming to you, I'm giving you a new news. You know, Alaa is not doing that. Then you start, he breaks your curiosity, he attracts you by giving you the privilege that you are the one who knows secrets. And by the way, keep it secret. In minutes, it's going to be on social media. So that's, I hope. Breathing exercises. Always be back to the present moment. That's the key. Yeah.
Some people born by nature, suppose they are lose temper. How will you correct it? Because
I think, I believe,
they are telling it is about my blood. I cannot control
I
my
believe
temper.
I believe that this is a myth. Like when he tells you leadership is about being talented. You are born talented. No. It's something that you practice. It's something that you really, truly practice. I come from Alexandria. Or usually people who are living by the sea are lively people. They like to eat fish and they speak with our hands. When you go to Alexandria, the way that we speak, more or less similar, like in Athens, like in Italy, because we are living by the sea. But this doesn't mean that everyone in this area is aggressive. You can train yourself. And the beauty of emotional intelligence is that you can practice it. It's in you. Get the eyes to have it. And empower other people. And the more you empower other people, you can change coping thoughts. Answering the question of my dear colleague here. People are giving you negative, then you can change the whole thing and turn it in a positive thing and change the whole subject in a different direction. You can do that by coping thoughts.
No, but they are realizing it is our weakness, but they are not able to change himself.
We are not able to change ourselves because we are trapped and haunted in our secure zone. We think that if we are in our routine secure zone, that this is life. A risky life is a life without risk. We have to lead a risky life. What haunts you, what keeps you paralyzed, is the fear. And the fear generates from your thoughts. And the fear feeds on your ego. How come I'm a doctor and somebody junior talks to me? The first lesson when we teach CPR, from my experience, because this was my bread and butter in my life, to work and save people's life. The first thing that I think in the American Heart Association, put your ego outside the door. You are saving people. You can listen to the most junior team in the team and he's telling you a great idea. You shouldn't, because the core of fear, the devil inside you is the ego. It's not the devil. Lucifer is a blah blah, you know. But the real devil is your ego. I. And this feeds on fear. And the more you are haunted with it, the more it will be embedded in the subconscious mind. And then you will be on autopilot with fear. You cannot create, you will be paralyzed, you will live the routine life. You're welcome. Yes?
Oh, and just to the devil's advocate in saying that...
Devil's advocate, I like that. I love that.
you kind of get yourself believing something that you actually can't achieve? Does that lead to frustration? Or?
No. It's the way how you perceive it. It's not the content. It's the context. What's behind that? Maybe I love to have my private jet. Maybe. I know it is not feasible for me, so why don't I break this humongous goal into many tasks? And every day I see myself. But if I didn't do it, I shouldn't be frustrated. I move to the next. I move to something else. Because, again, persistence creates resistance. If I insist that I have to do it, I'm insisting to go out, but the door is closed. Do I go and knock my head against the door, or I find another pathway? And this is a very beautiful question in the sense that every goal you are putting and setting aside, you have to challenge the process for this goal to be accomplished. Challenge yourself. That's the beauty. Your inner voice. Something inside you can tell. We are so intelligent because eyes are the window of soul. So when you say something to your friend or your loved one or to anybody, really mean it. Because people are intelligent. They can read you. Don't be a hypocrite. Don't be people like the people I call the fence sitters, the gray people, the people they don't know where to go. They are waiting. If Mr. A wins, I go with A. If Mr. B wins, I go with B. So I'm waiting to see what's going on. That's not right. You will, the one who will do that will suffer. So when you set a goal and it hasn't been accomplished, don't label it, please, as a failure. Failure does not exist. Failure is a word which has been created by people to control people. Failure is the first station for success. I want to go from here to there. It takes me a minute. If it takes me an hour, that's not failure. Maybe it's a setback. Maybe it's an opportunity to change my path to another direction.
Failure tends to be more what you learn from.
Exactly. We learn from our mistakes. Definitely. I hope I answered your question. Any questions?
How are you going to balance your family life with your organization life and also your and your work? Because the problem
Exactly. I used to go. My reason that caused me the divorce. Again, I'm back to my story because there is. I'm proud to say this story because I learned from it, and I want to share this experience.
You don't want to anything.
Yes. Believe me, yesterday I was amazed. One of my fellow instructors was giving a beautiful lecture in the academy, and he was saying a toothpaste caused a divorce between lovable partners for 30 years. The reason that I went into adversity is that I was sunk in my work. Emergency medicine is a tough job to the extent that about 8 or 7 colleagues working with me, they had heart attacks. And you work round the clock. So you go back home, you find other people are demanding your existence.
That's right.
So you start venting your frustration on them. Who do you think you are? I am working hard. You think that you are the only guy who's working. But this lady in the house, she's working as well. She's looking after your kids. She's cooking. She's ironing. She is raising up your kids. She has responsibility. Now, when you overindulge yourself and you take your job as a job that puts only money and food on the table, that's not right. You have to take your job as a joy. And this joy will transmit vibrations. And these vibrations will go with you everywhere. The law of attraction. And it needs practice. Practice and practice and practice and practice.
Again, this type of management, to balance everything is a type of management. You manage your work.
You have different demands. Right?
You put it in a schedule and you manage these demands.
And you set a priority.
You set your
But
priority.
sometimes these people are not able to adjust this one.
You see, everything mathematically in any problem is a solution. So it doesn't exist. You know good maths. It's always a solution. And I consider it. You can organize a schedule, and you can organize. Like you manage your group, you manage your families, and family is management. Yourself is management. What you do with yourself is management. It's personal management.
It's called management, even if you notice in the components of promotion. It's about social management and self-management.
No, but sometimes you have to
That
compromise
is
this.
the most important thing.
So you give in without giving up.
Yes, and the most important thing, what we want to pass as a message, everything works perfect if you balance. The message is, if you balance things, you put different things, and you balance them, then the best solution, you will find it in long term. Because we are all different. If you look inside here, we're all different. Coming even from different countries with different experience. But to have a success work team is a work team, and it's a balanced work team. Communicate. Open your heart. Listen, close your heart. Even that's how you're going to resolve problems.
I just want to add a few words, is that with the activities of the Wellbeing project and bringing your family and letting your family be in your workplace, this is my work. You see how I appreciate it, and they are appreciating me. And by this motto in front of your family, you'll be able to a great balance. But sometimes this balance will go down, will go up, but again, you are the equalizer of your emotions by practicing control and awareness. Start. Ask yourself, I'm aggressive. I was coming every day aggressive and bullying. And I'm the only one who's working. You don't know how many, you don't know even my feelings when I see somebody who's dying. And we get frustrated as emergency trauma surgeons. We get frustrated because people can die in front of you. And you think that you can do something, but he dies. So you get frustrated, and you get haunted with anger, and you go back home. All of these negativity goes there. And automatically, negativity versus negativity, relationship break down. Because my memory is full that these people are not appreciating me. I am a hard worker, and I go home and I don't find a sandwich to eat. What's the problem if I didn't have sandwich to eat? Go and have a sandwich. Easy.
You need to follow us this year because the basement of the family first, there is a group, and we have to invest, we like it or not, on women. More you investing on women, you have a stronger family. If you have happy environment, you are happy. And you need to follow us because this year, in November, we're going to have a big event investing on women. We believe if we want to make changes, they are the best ambassadors.
Definitely. Yin and yang, the balanced life. Look in the history and look in front of you everywhere, in any culture. Behind any success, there is a man and a woman, his partner or her partner, whatever. For my own life, I had two ladies. A lady that burned me children, and the lady that burned me happiness, that transformed me. And I can see her sometimes angry. Why you are angry? But this is the interaction. Convert your relationship from wife and a husband, or a wife and a hubby, to friends, to a boyfriend, a girlfriend, to fighters, arguers, and then go back again. This is the beauty of life. Life, if it is always rosy, what's the benefit of it? This is the journey, and this is the happiness. The word happiness is the journey, is the process. It's not a goal.
So,
yes, sir.
To our question. Now, the theme of the program is going from theory to actual practice.
Yes.
Now, how does it go even you drill down to the workplace? I mean, you said you have an assistance program there.
Yeah.
Now,
We started this year.
This
Yes.
is only, yeah.
Because working in the company, we have to build a policy, we have to have
Exactly.
approvals.
So what's the procedure for this? I mean,
Now,
is it
we're
sort of
running
a
every
competitive-
Wednesday a clinic in refinery. And if someone or part of your staff, they have a problem, they can come and meet me. I'm running at the moment the clinic personally. Like, we're bringing different expertise as well, like a chiropractor. We have a lot of back pain problems. We're going to start at the workplace is refinery. We like it or not, it's strong people that do manual job. We start from there. We will bring it as well in a while for our co-workers. We have a lot of problems with back pain. In the Wellbeing clinic, we're running the Employees Assistance Program, the Lightening Up program, anti-smoking, and you can communicate directly with me.
I just want to
And
link.
you need, why I'm saying that? Because you need a decision maker. I can approve you directly to go to visit a specialist. You don't need, again, to go to your doctor. And that's how we run it this year until I see a bigger collaboration.
My question is just to bring this out from like an event here in a closed room to the workplace.
Yeah.
I mean, if you see, for example, some employees writing in their PMPs, we are demoralized.
Yeah.
Is there anybody who's screening this in, for example, HR department and giving
HR,
this PMP to you?
I'm
then
not
you
going
go
to do the HR work.
No, it's
HR evaluates different things. We want the middle management, even the employee, to know if it's anything, any problem. Now maybe people, they're hoping to take 3 bonus, no? And they don't get it. They're demoralized. We have to invest on this, doing group
Exactly. This
sessions.
is the question.
That's why
Who's evaluating this now? Who's assessing this and then bringing it to you?
at the moment
The idea is to drill this down to the workplace, the employees.
we have committees. They have the Environment, Health and Safety Committee. They can bring this to the committee, but they can direct communicate with me from HR. They're evaluating now in March all the PMPs if this is written in the PMP. Okay. And we'll have some recommendations. But we have to open the communication. Don't keep, even if you're unhappy one day with something, speak with your supervisor. Don't keep it inside you. Try to find solutions. And this is really a big investment for our company. We have to lead the future. And the future is still in the oil business. I want to share it with you. It will take maybe another 100 years to find how you're going to run a jumbo. It's impossible to run a jumbo plane with a battery. It's impossible. No? Very difficult.
Nowadays it's
Later on, but it will take a long, long time. And the magic, I had one meeting yesterday, the magic of the oil formula is so magic. You can break it and make different things. We're discussing now different projects with biotechnology. Investing in the oil business has future, and this is Bahrain needs to promote this future, and we have to support this because we are in the position now to run the business at the moment. Whatever, if we run the business well, it's good for everybody. Other people, that's why we put Wellbeing for Life with our fuel. It's metaphorical. You can see Bahrain 80 years ago, big change. Educational, health, change in even the Gulf. Dubai, they don't have oil, but in Abu Dhabi they have. No? And this is the center of energy, and this will be the center of a lot of decisions for the future. That we hope people with leaders with a well-being mentality, they find the positiveness, no? And balance the life, not making wrong decisions. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.